The age-old story of Adam and Eve, a cornerstone of numerous cultures and belief systems, is undergoing a captivating resurgence. Recently unearthed fragments of a biblical book, absent from the world for over 6 decades, are prompting a re-examination of this foundational tale, particularly in light of ancient narratives concerning the concept of a hollow earth. Among these narratives, the Garden of Eden, a central element in the ancient text known as the Seir Tamuna, or the Book of the Image, holds particular fascination. This enigmatic book, steeped in mystery and speculation, has long intrigued scholars and theologians. The rediscovered fragments suggest a depth and complexity to biblical narratives that have yet to be fully explored. The story of Adam and Eve, with its themes of temptation, forbidden knowledge, and expulsion from paradise, has resonated through the ages, shaping religious thought, morality, and cultural norms. However, the unearthed fragments hint at a hidden chapter, a lost perspective, that could dramatically reshape our understanding of this familiar story. The Seir Tamuna, or the Book of the Image, has maintained an enduring allure for scholars and researchers. It's purported to contain accounts that expand upon and enrich traditional biblical texts, offering insights into the story of Adam and Eve, the origins of human civilization, and even the secrets of the universe. While the search for this mythical text has spanned generations, the recent discovery of these fragments has galvanized academic and theological communities. Though incomplete, preliminary analyses of these fragments suggest narratives that diverge significantly from the canonical texts. They paint a darker, more intricate picture, one that challenges long-held beliefs and assumptions. For instance, the Garden of Eden may have been a complex, multi-dimensional space accessible through portals or gateways. The serpent, often viewed as a mere tempter, takes on a new role as a guardian of forbidden knowledge, and the fruit of the tree of knowledge carries deeper significance than previously thought. The potential implications of these findings are monumental, suggesting that the story of Adam and Eve is but one thread in a vast tapestry of human history and cosmic events. The fragments hint at connections to ancient myths and legends, such as those of Atlantis and Lemuria, and imply the existence of advanced knowledge and technologies known to early humans, but since lost or obscured. This rediscovery invites us to reevaluate our understanding of human origins, the nature of reality, and the forces that have shaped our world. The revelations within the Seir Tamuna promise to challenge our perceptions and ignite our imaginations as we embark on a journey into the depths of ancient wisdom. This is a story that transcends time and space, a story that has patiently awaited its unveiling for those who dare to seek the truth. The books of Adam and Eve, initially found within the Egyptian tomb of Tutankhamun and subsequently published in 1926, are now recognized as one of the world's oldest existing books. Originating from Egypt during Christianity's nascent era, this ancient manuscript is generating considerable excitement as it prepares to be auctioned, captivating historians, theologians, and collectors alike. The books of Adam and Eve offer a unique perspective on the familiar characters from Genesis, chronicling their experiences after being expelled from the Garden of Eden. These texts provide a rare window into the post-Edenic lives of Adam and Eve, delving into themes of repentance, survival, and encounters with the divine in a world irrevocably changed by their actions. The narratives within these books offer invaluable insights into how early Christians and other ancient communities interpreted these fundamental stories. While debates persist regarding the exact dating and authenticity of their claimed antiquity, the books of Adam and Eve undoubtedly showcase a foundation of prehistoric beliefs. The texts seamlessly blend mythological and religious traditions, revealing the intricate tapestry of early human thought. They shed light on ancient cosmologies, moral frameworks, and theological concepts that have not only shaped religious doctrines, but also influenced cultural and societal norms throughout history. The upcoming auction of this manuscript presents a unique opportunity for scholars and enthusiasts alike to engage with a piece of history that holds the potential to revolutionize our understanding of biblical narratives and early religious practices. The ancient wisdom and stories preserved in the books of Adam and Eve are not mere relics of the past. They serve as windows into the human experience, offering timeless lessons and profound reflections on the nature of faith, sin, and redemption. The Apocalypse of Moses, known by its Greek title, is an ancient text that has captured the interest of scholars for centuries due to its potential connection to the Apostle Paul and early Christian texts. This link, suggested by a mention in 2 Corinthians, offers a unique perspective on the various interpretations of foundational biblical stories. Interestingly, the original narrative is presented as a revelation to Moses, but the surviving Latin version begins with an English translation, hinting at its widespread influence and adaptation throughout history. The exact origins of the story remain shrouded in mystery, but scholars generally believe it was composed in the 1st century CE in a Semitic language, possibly Hebrew or Aramaic. However, it is worth noting that the narrative may have been part of an oral tradition long before being written down. This highlights the fluid nature of ancient storytelling and the way tales evolved as they passed through generations and languages. The existence of primary Latin textual sources from the 9th to 12th centuries further demonstrates the enduring appeal of this text in medieval Europe. The Apocalypse of Moses, an intriguing text shrouded in a bit of mystery, hasn't left a clear trail in historical records. This is due to its classification as pseudepigraphical, meaning it's part of a collection of writings attributed to biblical figures, but not included in the official Bible. These pseudepigrapha often contain captivating narratives that, while not considered historically accurate, offer valuable glimpses into the beliefs and traditions of their time. Think of them like historical fiction, engaging stories that may not be entirely factual, but still shed light on the past. Despite not being part of the official biblical canon, the Apocalypse of Moses holds a special place in understanding early Jewish and Christian thought. It serves as a bridge between oral traditions passed down through generations and the written records that came later. This text, like a treasured family story, connects the very beginning of human life to the point when it was finally documented, highlighting the importance of oral history in preserving cultural heritage. Delving into this text, we uncover a fascinating world of myths and legends that have deeply influenced religious beliefs for centuries. The Book of Adam and Eve, another text with a similar background, provides a detailed account of what happened after Adam and Eve were expelled from the Garden of Eden. This narrative explores themes of temptation, sin, and the path to redemption, concepts that lie at the heart of Judeo-Christian theology. In this story, Satan attempts to trick Adam and Eve, claiming the forbidden fruit is beneficial, and God's warning is a sign of distrust. This tale vividly illustrates the ongoing struggle between good and evil, a theme that resonates throughout many religious texts. It's believed to have been originally written in Arabic by an unknown Egyptian author, suggesting a fascinating blend of cultural influences and the exchange of ideas across different regions. The text later found its way into Ethiopia, indicating its adaptability and widespread appeal across diverse cultural contexts. While the exact date of its composition remains uncertain, many scholars think it was written several decades before the birth of Jesus, making it a noteworthy piece of literature from the pre-Christian era. It wasn't until the 19th century that the book was finally translated into English, introducing this ancient narrative to a wider audience and solidifying its lasting cultural and religious significance. This fascinating journey of the text highlights its profound impact on religious thought and its role in connecting various cultural and theological traditions. The interplay between oral tradition and written accounts in texts like these showcases the dynamic nature of religious storytelling and its ability to adapt and resonate across different historical and cultural contexts. Furthermore, the themes explored in these texts, such as the nature of temptation, the eternal struggle between good and evil, and the quest for redemption, continue to captivate modern readers, demonstrating their timeless relevance. The Apocalypse of Moses and the Book of Adam and Eve not only offer valuable insights into early Jewish and Christian beliefs, but also reflect the broader cultural and religious exchanges that took place in the ancient world. They provide us with a unique window into how ancient communities perceived their world, their place within it, and their relationship with the divine. By delving into these texts, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of religious thought and the enduring power of storytelling in shaping human history and culture. The Book of Adam and Eve, a compelling narrative divided into two distinct books, delves into the profound experiences and moral struggles of early humanity. The first book vividly recounts Adam and Eve's departure from the idyllic Garden of Eden and the relentless temptations they encountered from Satan in the aftermath. A fascinating detail emerges in this book, revealing that Cain and Abel had twin sisters. This revelation sheds light on the motive behind Cain's tragic fratricide, as he was enamored with his own twin, Luluwa, but his parents intended for him to marry Abel's twin. This intricate familial dynamic adds a layer of complexity to the biblical narrative, highlighting the destructive power of jealousy and unrequited love. The Book of Adam and Eve, a captivating tale divided into two distinct parts, delves into the profound experiences and moral struggles of humanity's earliest ancestors. The first part vividly describes Adam and Eve's departure from the paradise of the Garden of Eden and the relentless temptations they faced from Satan in its aftermath. An intriguing detail emerges within this narrative, revealing that Cain and Abel each had twin sisters. This revelation sheds light on the motive behind Cain's tragic act of killing his brother, as he was deeply infatuated with his own twin, Luluwa, while his parents wished for him to marry Abel's twin. This complex family dynamic adds depth to the biblical story, highlighting the destructive power of jealousy and unrequited love. The second part of the book takes us on a captivating journey through the history of the patriarchs before the catastrophic Great Flood. It narrates how the descendants of Seth sought refuge on Mount Hermon, often revered as the Holy Mountain. However, their peaceful existence was disrupted when the daughters of Cain tempted them away from their sacred sanctuary. This descent from the mountain symbolizes a fall from grace, as the descendants of Seth, likened to fallen angels, lost God's favor. The narrative then unfolds with the dramatic death of Cain at the hands of the blind Lamech, and continues to chronicle the lives of other patriarchs leading up to the birth of Noah. This intricate web of interconnected stories weaves together the moral and spiritual challenges faced by early humanity, offering profound insights into the complexities of the human condition. Within the first part, the narrative takes a dramatic turn as the punished serpent, fueled by vengeance, attempts to take the lives of Adam and Eve. However, divine intervention thwarts the serpent's sinister plan, and God further punishes the serpent by rendering it mute and banishing it to the distant land of India. Satan, the embodiment of evil, persists in his relentless pursuit to deceive and destroy Adam and Eve through various cunning schemes. In one instance, he even resorts to using a massive boulder in an attempt to crush them, but God's unwavering protection saves them from harm. This harrowing event is likened to the future resurrection of Christ, foreshadowing the ultimate triumph of good over evil. Furthermore, God reveals glimpses of future biblical events, including the arrival of Noah and the devastating flood. A significant emphasis is placed on Adam's profound sorrow and feelings of helplessness in the harsh world outside the Garden of Eden. This portrayal of Adam's vulnerability and his unwavering reliance on divine intervention serves to underscore the themes of repentance and redemption that permeate throughout the narrative. When God banished Adam from paradise, He deliberately chose not to place him on the northern border, near the life-giving waters. This decision was not arbitrary. Rather, it was a symbolic act meant to prevent Adam from washing away his sins and forgetting the gravity of his transgression. God, in His wisdom, wanted Adam to bear the weight of his disobedience and remain cognizant of the consequences of his actions. Similarly, God refrained from placing Adam on the southern side of the garden, where the sweet fragrance of the trees might offer solace and temptation. This deliberate act of separation served as a constant reminder of paradise lost and the ongoing struggle to regain divine favor. Instead, God directed Adam to dwell on the vast western border of the garden, a barren land that mirrored the desolation in Adam's heart. He was commanded to reside in a cave known as the Cave of Treasures, located beneath the garden. This geographical placement symbolizes the stark contrast between the abundance of Eden and the harsh realities of the fallen world. It signifies the ongoing struggle and separation from divine grace, a theme that resonates throughout the human experience of exile and longing. The narrative further details the disorientation and fear that gripped Adam and Eve as they ventured out of the garden. Having walked barefoot on the lush grounds of Eden, they were now confronted with the unfamiliar terrain of the outside world, filled with stones and sand. The sight of this desolate landscape, devoid of the familiar comforts of paradise, overwhelmed them with fear and despair. They stumbled and fell to the ground, their bodies trembling with uncertainty. This stark contrast between the beauty of the garden and the harshness of their new environment served as a poignant reminder of their loss and the consequences of their disobedience. In this moment of profound vulnerability, God extended His mercy and compassion. He lifted Adam and Eve from their fallen state and spoke words of comfort and guidance. Despite their newfound hardships, they were not abandoned. The divine presence remained with them, offering solace and hope in the midst of their sorrow. Adam and Eve wept bitterly as they left the garden, their hearts heavy with grief. Adam, in particular, was overwhelmed by the sight of his altered flesh, a stark reminder of his mortality and separation from God. With heavy hearts, they made their way to the Cave of Treasures, where Adam lamented the stark difference between the cave's desolate conditions and the splendor of the garden. Yet he recognized the importance of obedience and accepted his fate, understanding that further disobedience would only lead to more suffering. This pivotal moment of realization and acceptance marked a significant turning point in their journey. It represented a willingness to learn from their mistakes and embrace the challenges that lay ahead. The Book of Adam and Eve continues to unfold with a poignant scene on the 43rd day following their expulsion from Eden. Adam and Eve emerge from the Cave of Treasures, their bodies gaunt and weakened by hunger, thirst, fasting, and the profound sorrow that weighs heavily upon their hearts. Overwhelmed by remorse for their transgression, they ascend a mountain to the west of the garden and offer heartfelt prayers to God, seeking forgiveness and redemption. Witnessing their genuine repentance, God responds with compassion and sends a cherub bearing 2 figs from the garden as a symbol of hope and sustenance. As Adam and Eve receive the figs, they recognize them as the very fruits of the trees they had sought to hide themselves in, a poignant reminder of their past disobedience and a testament to God's unwavering mercy. However, their trials are far from over. Satan and his malevolent forces, ever vigilant in their quest to deceive and corrupt, attempt to lure Adam and Eve into further transgression. They transform themselves into alluring maidens and their families, urging Adam and Eve to follow their example and procreate. This cunning ploy seeks to exploit the couple's vulnerability and loneliness, tempting them to deviate from God's plan. But Adam, having learned from his past mistakes, remains wary of Satan's deceptive tactics. He turns to God in prayer, seeking guidance and protection from the insidious temptations that surround them. This episode serves as a powerful reminder of the ongoing spiritual battle between good and evil, highlighting the importance of vigilance, discernment, and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. God, pleased with Adam's cautiousness and reliance on divine guidance, sends angels bearing precious gifts of gold, incense, and myrrh. These gifts symbolize God's approval of Adam's decision to marry Eve and his respect for their union. The angels instruct Adam to formally betroth Eve and present her with the gifts, followed by a period of fasting and prayer for 40 days and nights before consummating their marriage. Adam and Eve dutifully obey, and their union is blessed by God, leading to the birth of their children, including Cain and Abel. Their story continues, marked by both trials and blessings, as they navigate the complexities of life outside the garden. This divine endorsement of their marriage and the ritualistic preparations surrounding it underscore the sanctity and significance of their union. The Book of Adam and Eve, in contrast to the Book of Genesis, offers a unique perspective on creation, the fall, and the nature of humanity. The Book of Adam and Eve, while sharing a common foundation with the Book of Genesis, offers a unique and contrasting perspective on the creation story, the fall of humanity, and the subsequent experiences of Adam and Eve. While Genesis, a cornerstone of both Judaism and Christianity, depicts a majestic and orderly creation process, emphasizing humanity's privileged position within the natural world, the Book of Adam and Eve delves deeper into the psychological motivations of the characters, the introduction of shame and suffering into the human experience, and the complex relationship between humanity and the divine. This alternative narrative enriches our understanding of these foundational stories by providing a more nuanced and introspective lens through which to view the events. While Genesis focuses on the grand scale of creation and the establishment of divine order, the Book of Adam and Eve zooms in on the intimate details of Adam and Eve's lives, their emotional struggles, and their internal conflicts. It explores the psychological impact of their disobedience, the feelings of shame and vulnerability that arise as a result of their newfound knowledge, and the profound sense of loss and alienation they experience upon being cast out of paradise. Furthermore, the Book of Adam and Eve delves into the origins of human suffering, tracing it back to the primordial act of disobedience. It paints a vivid picture of the hardships and challenges faced by Adam and Eve in the aftermath of their expulsion from the garden, highlighting the physical and emotional toll of their transgression. This emphasis on suffering adds a layer of depth and realism to the narrative, allowing readers to connect with the characters on a more visceral level. Both Genesis and the Book of Adam and Eve serve as cautionary tales about the consequences of disobedience and the complexities of human nature. They underscore the importance of obedience to divine commands, while acknowledging the inherent flaws and vulnerabilities that make humans susceptible to temptation and error. These narratives have sparked theological debates for centuries, prompting discussions about the nature of free will, the origins of evil, and the possibility of redemption. Moreover, these stories have profoundly influenced interpretations of human nature, morality, and our relationship with the divine. They have shaped religious beliefs and practices, informed ethical principles, and provided a framework for understanding the human condition. As we reflect on these ancient texts, we are reminded of the enduring power of these stories and their relevance to contemporary issues of faith, ethics, and the human experience. In conclusion, the Book of Adam and Eve, while differing in focus and emphasis from the Book of Genesis, offers a valuable and complementary perspective on the creation story and the fall of humanity. Its emphasis on psychological motivations, the introduction of shame and suffering, and the complex relationship between humanity and the divine provides a richer and more nuanced understanding of these foundational narratives. By exploring the emotional and psychological dimensions of the story, the Book of Adam and Eve invites readers to reflect on their own experiences, their relationship with God, and the ongoing struggle between good and evil that continues to shape our world today.